Sorry about that, everybody. Christina didn't know what she was doing.
Nah, the conversation was heating up and the phone got too hot and it said emergency only.
I'm trying to go back here and scroll through.
What's going on, Mr. David Pillar? If you had custody of your kids, would you make the mama pay child support? If you went down for custody?
I think it was Jumping Jack.
What's going on, LaCrystal? What's your thoughts on child support?
Let me scroll. What was the latest comment?
Hey, Crystal, I know you're married, but what are your thoughts? I know you got friends. I know you married, you got friends, but what are your thoughts on it? Do you think that the child support is unfair to the fathers? Do you think it's one-sided?
Oh, well, look who decided to join.
Hey, man. Look, you got stuff all over me, man. Trying to tune my car up.
Hey,
I got it too.
Hey, man. When you go back, look at Tina's live feed.
Before I hung up.
Oh, okay. How was that? How was that food though?
She was out.
But now I'm with y'all on this conversation. I would not.
You would not.
Personally, I would not make the mother of my child pay child support.
Is it an ego thing?
Probably so.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say.
Probably so. Yeah, I'm gonna just handle mine basically.
I think whether you
I mean, now, she was acting crazy out of spite. Nah, I'm just playing.
She got a quick phone, but let's see.
I feel like that it is the ego and it's something that you want to put in the child's bank account.
I agree.
Well, if it's worth the ego, it's still gonna benefit the child. Once you say, okay, you can pay this on one child's bank account for college or whatever. You're still taking out of your pocket just because of the ego.
I mean, I think it would just really depend on the situation. I mean, I think if it was like where, like, if she wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing, and didn't take care of our kids, then I would. But if she was active, no, I wouldn't. I would just set it to where basically, when the children are with me, I'll take care of everything, and when they with her, she take care of everything.
Michelle, sorry.
Conversation.
What'd you say?
Conversation was crazy, Jill. The audio was distorted with Jarvis. You got to jump up, Jarvis.
All right. I don't know how to do it. I think you got to end it.
If I hit this X,
Get that.
Okay, is that better? All right.
Is that better, Q?
Is that better, Q? Yeah, Terry, I know, like you were saying earlier, some people just don't want to get along. What do? You can't do what you're supposed to do. When it comes to paying child support, you still see your kids. What else can you do? You got a lot of bitter people out there. And it's not just the mothers. A lot of people say bitter baby mama. There's bitter baby daddies out here, too.
Oh, yeah, so we're getting back up to 1920. But, yeah, I'm trying to go back and scroll through to see where we left off. Let's see, Lonzo, if you on her, he said, my child's mother got me arrested for criminal trespassing for trying to see my daughter without visitation. So make sure if she's bitter, then get the visitation shit clear. It's a dirty game out here. Yeah, that shit is dirty if she got you arrested for criminal trespassing. Like, I would love to see how you got yourself out of that one. Now, I got a Boost Mobile.
I got AT&T. Don't front me.
I'm still chirping. But that's yeah, better. Q, back to your comment earlier about the 60%. Yeah, that shit is real, fam. Like, that's the maximum amount allowed by law that they can take.
Yeah.
So
or they would take more.
Or they would take more, pretty much. But 60% is the maximum amount that they're allowed to take. Actually, like we was talking about earlier, if you're in the rearages, the 60% doesn't even include the child support. So what you have to do is after they take the 60% from child support, you still have to go downtown and pay the back child support with the money that you have left over after the 60% has been taken
So you
out of
get
your
caught
check.
up on that. What's up, Brandon? We're only talking about child support right now. What's your thoughts on child support? And do you think it's one-sided? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's skewed? I mean, what's your thoughts on it? Because I know a lot of it is geared towards, they feel like it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Goes more towards the woman. It's biased towards the woman.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, it is skewed, but there's so many situations, case by case, what you going to do? The law is skewed in itself. And not just with child support, just period.
Period. In
the
general.
laws, yeah. And that's why I tell these fathers, like, we got to do more than just be mad about it. Like, we're going to have to get together and actually try to go down there and make a change with multiple people.
Yeah.
And it can't just be, you know, us having a conversation. Keep your paperwork.
What do you mean by keep your paperwork? You're right, Michael. Men do need to get educated on their rights. And I had a young guy actually who was on the previous live feed. His name is Harry Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to get some information. So maybe, you know, if he's watching right now, he can get in touch with you. If you're more educated about this, and try to help him out with that. And that's the whole point. Most moms don't care. Like, and that's why I was saying on the show tonight is that a lot of moms get to hide behind the it's for the child. Well, they take everything out of the guy's pocket, and then when the child still has to raise the child when he has them, so it's like, well, damn, how do I survive? And it's like, well, you figure it out. And it's like, well, damn, how's it supposed to be about the child when I don't have nothing to provide for the child when I have them? So I have to scrape and get everything and do everything I can just to provide for the child when I have them. So, like she said, it's very one-sided, it's very skewed. What's up, Quentin? If y'all got thoughts, tell them, please let us know. And also for the people who just then jumped on here, the whole point of this is that
facts, Brandon.
We want to try to have a live audience about this conversation because when we did the show tonight, we had such a great response with it. So what we want to do is we're looking to go to a live venue, have a live setup where, you know, men and women can both come in there and we have an open dialogue about child support and everybody can try to figure out, you know, some way to get something done because the conversation that we have during a live audience could alter a mom going down to downtown and changing child support for a man.
Michigan doesn't really allow much of the it's for the child and murder. Explain more, Brandon. What do you mean? Explain what you mean that they don't allow that it's for the child anymore. What's different with there? I know they said something about what is it in Michigan? Somebody said once you file, it starts from that day. You don't have to do the rearage.
Well, I think he said once the child is born, you start from that day. I'm assuming that once
you file.
Okay.
You start from the day you file.
Okay.
You don't have to go. So if a mama tries to come back 10 years later, like, hey, I want child support, they're not going to make you go back 10 years and then you automatically in debt. That's not right.
Okay, I get you.
You know, but I tell these fathers, man, go down there and put yourself on child support.
Yeah, and that's what I should have did. I should have, you know, put myself on child support.
Add me to the conversation. I'm going to try it, Brandon, but it was...
I was going to say, yeah.
The
audio is distorted whenever we try to bring somebody on, but... What you can do, dang, we already did the show.
He lives in Detroit. Let me try it real quick. I'm gonna try it one time, and if it messes up, I'm gonna have to hang up on it because it's still getting hot up there. I don't know why it's getting hot. Add me to the conversation. How you add somebody?
Hit that button right there.
This one?
Yeah, where your finger's at.
Approve. The whole calculation for how the child would live if both parents were still together doesn't really apply anymore. Oh.
Yo,
What's up, man?
man, I need to fucking shave. Whatever. But no, how y'all doing this evening, man? Y'all driving this shit?
Yeah,
I ain't supposed to be doing this driving, man. That's dangerous as hell. I'm about to get somebody shot in this motherfucker.
What?
Y'all ain't driving this, y'all.
No.
All right, but and y'all hear my kids in the back, right? So it's all 100. So the thing about it is that, so in Michigan, joint custody works a little bit differently. Like, so if a man can file for joint custody, if a woman says that she wants to split the whatever, and she wants child support, but see, if it's joint custody, the thing is that now y'all both saying that we taking all the responsibility 50-50, and most men get so much emotional shock from hearing that a woman gonna hit her with child support. Asher, I'm talking on the phone. And plus, it's financial shock when the man hear the woman taking him to court. That's financial shock. So after a man get over that oh, she about to take all my money, you got to advocate for yourself. So understanding what's in your state. So like I said, in Michigan, you got joint full custody. You know what I'm saying? And like, so basically, there is no child support because both y'all agreeing that y'all gonna have joint full custody. So then y'all got to be adults. A lot of women go for those things because they don't want to be adults in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm gonna go get child support, and I ain't got to deal with you. I could just make you my bitch for the rest of the life of the child. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how a lot of women think, and you could be petty like that because now women do it off of some Facebook shit. So, you know, we just got to be thinking about it. So, like in other states, like in the South, where all these Republicans at and all that, they've been cutting that out. You know what I'm saying? So, really, for men, just don't be reactionary. Read up, know what you can do, and don't just act like you good. Act like you about to face some fair time. Don't talk. Just listen. Seriously, a lot of guys and women too, when they get in these situations, you run up in court and you just start doing this. And remember, so most of these lawyers, they don't care about none of the process. They just want to keep you just in court. So as many injunctions that they got to file on behalf of the wife or whatever, they're going to file it. Right. Or the baby mama, they're going to file it because you're going to pay for it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you the bill. Yeah. You know, so that's how cats got to think about it. Like, you can't, even if she going to take you to court on child support, she can't keep running up the tab. Go get you a legal shield, pay that $30. You know what I mean? For real, like the money that we spend on blunts because we depressed and shit about to leave you alone, that 30 will have you straight for the next 60 days, honestly.
Quentin.
You know what I mean?
Right. Listen, like you got situations with him. I don't know if it's the support because it's giving me echo. That you didn't hear earlier is that his baby's mama waited for years to take it back. So here he automatically had to do the rears because she said she wanted it. So when it starts, when you do in a situation where they take 60% of your child support, you got 40% to live. That time don't need him any money to go.
No, he ain't gonna have no money.
Get a lawyer.
and see, like that's when you're dealing with some of them states where the laws is just so like there are men's groups, and I don't know where Quentin State is. I can't see now because I'm in quiet mode.
We're here in Kentucky.
He in Kentucky, mm-hmm. Right? See, so like, so the thing is that they just took advantage of old laws.
Yeah.
And like white men don't care about what black men have to go through in a situation, so they're not gonna work on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when that white woman take that white man to court and they go in front of that white judge, he like, man, y'all gonna handle that shit somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? They like, go, y'all go work it out, go to counseling, this, that, the third. But for you, it's a wrap.
Right.
So once again, like, you can't help who you have a baby by, but in them situations, you're right, bro. Like, he gotta find a whole bunch of other men that's in that same situation, and there's plenty of them.
That's what I said.
There's plenty of them. Yeah. But like states like Maryland, Pennsylvania, a lot of them states, they don't play that shit no more.
So check this out. This is what we're gonna do, Brady, because this is doing an episode. We are right now in the process because we do a radio show every Thursday. So we're gonna do like a live video where we can bring people in. Because I know you all about the law, so I definitely would love to be able to bring you on. Like real. What you do? He be doing, you know, all the Congress and all of that.
Yeah, I just came back from Congress a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We definitely gotta have him on here.
Anytime, man, just holler at me.
Hey, man, black man with information that's very powerful. What a lot of people don't have for being serious. Like,
hey, y'all better record me before they kill me.
I'll make you up later, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, in a minute.
All right, bye-bye. And we said you can help who you have a baby by, but you can't help how people change.
Yeah, like the same person that, you know, you dated for years or whatever the case may not be the same person at the end of it. Like the person, because once y'all separate, y'all have so much emotions built up in each other, especially from a woman, because let's be honest, women are emotional creatures. So once y'all leave each other, she's gonna be harboring a lot of feelings for you, ill feelings towards you. You know what I'm saying? And what's the way that she can get you back? Through your pockets. So that's the first thing she's gonna do is I'm putting him on child support. For what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been there since day one for the child, but then all of a sudden you thinking I'm not gonna be able to fight. And I understand, because a lot of dudes, when they leave a situation, they don't want to help financially. So I get it, I understand. But at the same time, if that's why you need to put whatever bitter feelings that you have to the side, if you're a woman, and the dude, put your bitter feelings to the side and figure out what way will work best for y'all to help financially raise this child. A lot of people are not mature enough to do that yet. And it's crazy that we live in a day and age where as soon as a couple splits, the first thing a mom does is go down for child support. Like, that's just crazy to me. Instead of trying to figure out how y'all can work through it and try to figure out a way to do it, her first thought is, I'm gonna put him on child support.
And then the thing y'all gotta stop doing, y'all gotta stop being so naive, men. You know what I mean? Men that I've known be like, man, you crazy. She'll never put me on child support. I'd be like, what? She told me, are you serious? Get you a girlfriend, start living your life, and it don't have her involved, and she's bitter. That's the first thing she gonna do. And I don't know if y'all caught the show earlier, but I said, which is something, when my husband first said this to me when we was together, that he believes everybody should have a DNA test, I was like, I don't agree with that. But then you start seeing situations to where there's people that's been married, had a child, raised that child, things didn't work out, they get a divorce, find out that child ain't theirs, and the judge still make them pay child support. Well, you've been taking care of the kid. Who's going to take care of the kid now? I don't think that's right. So married, I think it should be law. I think it should be a law that everybody take a DNA test. And then right then and there, you determine whether or not it's going to be child support. If the mama say no right then and there, then that's it. You don't get to go back 4 or 5 years later and make them pay their arrears just because you've gotten bitter. Because you automatically put the father in the hole. And this is not a bash baby mama type situation. No. We talking about, you know, that. And then we talking about the guy ain't taking care of the kids by all means. I believe that you should pay child support. You ain't doing nothing else. The kid don't eat for free. They don't, you know.
Shout out to, I hope it's Terry Bryant on it.
Yeah.
They say my ex and I did a great job of doing just that. We made it happen, and to this day, we have a great relationship for our daughter. And that's exactly how it should be, which is y'all put whatever ill feelings y'all got towards each other to the side and figure out what's best for the child, because at the end of the day, ain't that what it really is supposed to be about? It's for the child. So I just don't understand how, it ain't gonna work up there.
Why?
Because it's gonna slip and slide everywhere.
Just put the piece up there.
What piece?
Hold on, y'all.
She gonna hang up on y'all again.
I am not.
Yep, told you.
Damn. Hold on, y'all. I ain't about to hang up on y'all.
Yes, she is.
It's this.
Yeah, it's the heat radiating from that.
Give me something so I can put right there.
That's what I was trying to do, but you
My
know.
bad, y'all. You think it's still gonna do it if I put this up here? Think it's still hot for that?
I mean, it might, I don't know.
I turned the car off, didn't I?
Yeah.
Now it's off. See?
Okay, my bad. I apologize.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Rachel, she said he wasn't paying me anything when we separated, so as part of my divorce, I had to include child support. I think your situation might be a little different because y'all was actually married. So I think for married people, when y'all separate, child support automatically or joint custody automatically gets brought up. I'm not exactly for sure. Maybe my dude Brandon can give some more information about that. But as far as just people who are in a relationship and they separate and having a kid, I think is a lot different. Let's see what Jarvis says. Same with me and my ex and I, no problems whatsoever. Co-parenting for the best compromise. But yeah, Jarvis, but that's the thing though, is that you don't find a lot of women who can and will compromise. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much going to be one way versus the other. It's going to be their way, take it or leave it. But when you have situations,
I had to because his action showed when we split, so he had to.
So Crook, are you saying that she didn't have to include child support, that she did that on her own. Is that what you're saying?
Who?
Crook.
So part of my divorce, I had to include. Rachel said he wouldn't pay me anything, so I had to put it as a part of my divorce. What's BS, Crook? Both sides.
I mean, you got.
No,
I mean, we can go ahead and end this thing. I mean,
no,
you
I
know,
want to go on them. I mean, I'll see him in the morning.
He said absolutely.
What was I supposed to do? Exactly what you did. Like, that's what we said. These are not for the fathers that aren't taking care of their kids. Most of our stuff is based upon the fathers that do take care of their kids and are a part of their kids' life, still get the kids half time, but they paying out, you know, $500, $600, $700, $8,000. I mean, $8,000 a month, and where they can't live off. Who can live off of 40%? So it goes both ways. It's like you don't spend enough time with your kids. Well, I can't spend enough time with my kids because I'm spending all my money giving you money. And on top of that, you still want me to help with school clothes. You still want me to help with Christmas. You still want me to help with birthday parties. You still want me to do all of this. I can barely live. You know, how are they supposed to ever get a step ahead? So, I don't know, man. Like we said earlier, and like Brandon said, there are groups you have to get together. And I know a lot of people laugh, but it's a support group. What is it? My lawyer thought I was crazy when I told him that I didn't want to take it to the friend of the court. Hold on. When I was going through my divorce, I gave my ex a chance to do his part, but after weeks of getting calls from the daycare telling me he wasn't paying his portion of the daycare and threatening to kick the kids out, that's when I took him to child support. Hey, that's when it comes. You got to do what you got to do. If they not going to do their part and they not going to take care of them, then we wholeheartedly agree with that.
Like if the guy has an opportunity and chance to do the right things and he's just not doing it for whatever reason, then at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you and your child. This applies to the moms who, what she said, my BD paid me
$50 in 11 years. I would rather have had him be my daughters than, but it's about he's about $1 zillion behind now.
$1 zillion behind. Well, shit.
Don't even take him off. Hey, listen, he behind. He still got paid after they turn 18. It don't stop.
It don't
you
stop.
Still owe that money.
For the guys who think rearage just stop after 18, they don't.
No, you still owe that money.
Yeah, you still owe that money until all of that debt is paid off. So,
hey, Terry, we definitely would love you to be a part of this. We just waiting right now. We looking at venues, figuring out what's a good time. For Lexington, like, comment the best times and dates for you. And we'll try to basically go off of that.
Well, to respond to, before we get up off of here, I'm going to respond to Crook and Marnice. I hope I said your name right. Crook, that's exactly it, which is we are expected to pay child support and help with everything else. Now, what he's saying is that once you're on child support, it's not like we just forgetting, like, no, you pay for shit yourself. No, that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is that you take everything out of our pocket, and then when you need help with something, you still expect for us to give you what little we do have left over. And that's the part that's not cool with it. Like, and like I said on the previous live, is that I'm not against child support. Don't get it twisted. Like, I'm okay with child support. My whole thing is the amount of child support that some of these moms get. You know what I'm saying? To where they make it hard for the father to survive because they want X amount of dollars. And then once you get X amount of dollars, you still expect the father to give you more money for certain situations. And exactly, it can make a man better because it's like, well, damn, like, I ain't doing all of that. And in some instances, in some cases, it makes the father not want to be a part of the kid's life no more because it's like, damn, like, just take the money and I'm done with this. And then for Marnice, I hope I said that's right. She said, well, it's not fair. Need good lawyers paid to get good representation.
How you going to get it if all your money going child support?
That's hard to do. Like in my instance, you got a guy paying 60% of child support. The money I have left over, I got to survive all that. I don't have no extra coins to go pay for an attorney. So how am I going to get a good lawyer to represent my case? You see what I'm saying? So it makes it hard for me to get somebody to go to court for me and go to bat and actually feel like they're going to do a good job. I mean, you can get a pro bono lawyer, but how much faith are you going to put in them that they're really going to fight for your case?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They there for free. So, I mean, you get what you pay for, right?
They getting paid. They just ain't getting paid from us. They getting paid from the government.
See what I'm saying? So that's why I said, so it makes it hard in the long run for guys to have great representation to get things fixed.
Quentin, I'm done with you. Your comments is just out of control.
It's cheaper to keep or all to sleep. Hey, whichever option works best for you.
You said, what do you do? Like, I mean, listen, we never know what the future holds. So, look, stay celibate till you get married then.
Celibate.
I agree. It should be fair and split. Accountability is key, and everyone's supposed to work.
That's how it's supposed to be set up. Like in my situation, I don't mind child support. You know, I said, you know, what's say?
I don't feel wrong for doing extra only when I feel it. Is that wrong?
No, that's not wrong.
Not wrong at all.
If you're paying that much in child support, then nah, you're not wrong. Like
no, he said I don't feel wrong for doing extra only when I feel. Is that wrong? No. Meaning he's doing extra when he feels like he wants to. You want to do extra, you can do extra.
Oh no, he's not. I thought he was saying like, you know, is he wrong if he doesn't want to do extra?
Oh, maybe that's what he was trying to say, and he didn't say it. Clarify that, Damien.
Yeah, yes. Before we can actually answer that question for you, help us understand. Help us help you.
Continuous. Yeah, we did a radio show earlier today at 4:00, and we wanted to continue it because it's too deep of a conversation to just do within an hour.
To respond to Chris, I'm right behind him. I'm paying almost $1,100 a month. Well, Marnice, if that's your name, inbox me. Maybe we can have a different separate conversation from this. You know, you can, and also you might be able to help some guys out who are in here right now who might need some help. And again, this is not a conversation for deadbeat fathers. This is for the fathers who are actually active, involved in their kids' lives, but the child support system is basically got their foot on their throat, and it's making it hard for them to survive themselves.
Where you work at, bro? Paying that.
Hey man, hey, child support, they gonna get their coins regardless. DeMario.
Well, this is the thing. He got 3 kids.
No,
it's
he
not
was
like
talking about Damien.
Oh, you talking to Damien?
Yeah.
Oh, because you had just made a comment how much you was paying.
Nah, he said he was replying to Damien where you work at, bro. Yeah.
I know some fathers out here paying. What is it? What do they take? The parents? They take both parents.
That's good too.
What you say?
Need to have this conversation with high school kids.
Yeah, definitely. Main high school kids ain't listening to us, but it's true. How do you feel about?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and add that because you.
How do I feel about athletes that pay the amount that they pay? How I feel.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and have it.
Well, listen, I had a young gentleman the other day. He was an athlete. He played for UK football. And he basically said, the way he came about it, he said, man, I don't think it's right. You got all these women out here purposely go get pregnant by these athletes and they got paid $20,000. That ain't right. And I said, well, she didn't get pregnant on her own. You know what I'm saying? He had to do what he got to do. Man, you got to protect yourself. Men that don't have much got to protect themselves. So if you in a situation, you got women that's flocking at your feet and you know you making millions. You know if you get this girl pregnant, which is a possibility if you sleep with her, especially without protection, that you may have to pay that amount of money. Like, that's on you. Like, what you gonna do? And the difference is with me is I do feel like some of it's out of control, but I feel like if you're a well-known athlete, then the kids should be able to go to the best schools. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like they need protection because people's out here crazy. They be trying to take your kids for ransom for money. You know, I feel like you got to be able to put yourself in a position where your kids are taken care of. If you out here and you making millions of dollars, yeah, you may pay her $10,000 a month, but what's $10,000? You talking about she making a living off of it. You slept with her. That was a choice that you made, especially with you in that position. You knew you got to protect yourself even more. Do I think a child needs $10,000 a month?
You say you don't know.
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't know. Me and my husband disagree about this all the time because he was like, she don't need that amount of money. Da da da. I said, but it depends on what you're doing. If he living that type of life, why can't the child live that type of life? That's just how I feel about it. You know. I mean, what you think? You think 10,000 too much? If a dude's making, listen, not for real. If a dude's making $2 million a month, you think 10,000 a month's wrong?
Yeah, I do. Only while the child is young, and why I say while the child is young because, like I said before, is that no 6-month-old needs $10,000 worth of baby clothes. Like they only gonna grow out of those clothes in a month anyway. So while the child is young, you don't need that much money. But then, like you said, as the child gets older and you want to put that child and give that child the best education, where it's private schools or whatever the case may be, then that money might come into form because private schools are not cheap. So I get it for when the child is older, but while the child is like a baby, 4 or 5 years old, You don't need to be spending no 10 grand on no
but
kid.
it's not about that. What I'm saying is that it's pretty much the law. So it's like if you make this amount of money, then this is the percentage that we take. It ain't if he make more money, because you got some baby daddies that don't make no money and all they paying their baby mamas $100 a month. That ain't fair either. How a child gonna live off $100 a month? You see what I'm saying? It could be too little, it could be too much. The rule applies to everybody, no matter what you make. So what are you gonna do about the ones that don't make that type of money? Then what?
SOL.
They SOL. They should have did better. What about Nas' child's mother who said she was homeless when her daughter turned 8? Not. Khalees ain't said that. Show me.
I couldn't see the comment.
He said, what about Nas' child's mother who said she was home? Maybe some Nas' other baby mama when her daughter turned 18. Then I'll pay for the private school and still pay regular child support. But Jarb 10,000 noise. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's the percentage of what you make. I'm not saying it's right, but it's a percentage. Yeah, I figured that, Demario. My bad. It's a percentage of what you make. That's just like baby's daddies. If they only make a minimum wage, they can't take what they ain't got. So what about the mamas that's only getting $100 or $75 a month for child support? Is that right? That's not fair either. It ain't no different than a daddy that's making $2 million a month that got to pay 10 grand a month. How a child gonna live off $75 a month? The same way y'all say the child don't need $10,000 a month, how the child gonna live off $75 a month? Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful.
This is
man, our whole justice system is broken. I could talk all day about that. Our whole justice system is broken. Period. What we say earlier? You made the comment. Some we were talking about. They feel like that it was. I think Jarvis said it. It's to keep the black men down. And this is not one of them always just about black men. I'm not saying that. But they can't get ahead. How you going to be able to get ahead if all your money's coming out, going to the baby mama? And like Brenda said, man, the white men don't care about the black men when it comes to that. Man, go on to take that money. Because you know what? If the black man gets behind and he gets locked up, what's that mean? He going to jail. What's that mean? Free labor. What's that mean? The private prisons making more money because the government says that the beds have to be 85% filled. Did y'all know that they could sue, the private prisons could sue the government if the beds aren't filled like they said they was? So what is that? More incentive for them to lock more people up. I know it's kind of off subject, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's real.
I'm trying to catch up to all the comments while you talking.
I know, but I mean, that's real though.
Sheesh, man, y'all own it. Appreciate all the interaction.
Yeah, man, got to be more careful.
I'm just trying to catch up before I respond to anything.
Hey, Andale. I think that us being able to have is we don't talk about it more. It's not an open discussion more. People are just mad. They're bitter. They don't look at it from a different perspective. Or until they're in that situation, you know, what is fair then? They take into account the mother and the father. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, Rachel. Like, they say, well, it's not fair that the dad should have to pay $10,000 a month. Well, it's not fair that sometimes the baby's mama only gets $75 a month. What you gonna do? These men know. And it's kind of like, I told them the other day, I said, what about the woman that had a baby by the guy who had 30 kids? They said, that's her fault. She knew he had 29 kids when she had his 30th one. She knew she wasn't getting no money. Same for the men. That's his fault. He knew when he got with her what type of money he was making. And what the possibility was that if they broke up, he was going to have to pay.
No, you go ahead.
They was going to have to pay big bread. It's just one system that they go. It's a percentage of what you make. Period and point blank. Like,
man, I'm just trying to go because my phone ain't pulling up all the information. Okay. Marquise, that's the comment I was trying to find.
As a man on child support, do you think it's better to go through the court or work out something amongst each other?
Of course, it's easy to work. Like I said earlier, y'all both adults. Like, there's no reason why y'all shouldn't be able to sit down and compromise. That's the key word, compromise, to where it benefits both parties. Like, to where one person don't feel like they're getting over on the other person more than the other. So I strongly suggest that people should try to work it out between themselves. And let me get one of them too. And like I said earlier on the show today that we did, is that if a mother, they should make it to where if a mother files for child support, if that's her right, then they should automatically do 3 mediation sessions to see if they can try to figure it out before y'all take that last step of going to court. So therefore, they will alleviate getting the court systems out of it, because y'all can come to some kind of agreement with an unbiased person in the room who can maybe help dictate and stir each other to see each other's point of view and perspective to where y'all can get something done. So I feel like you should do that first before you do that. Now, if you have a father, or for the guys, if you have a baby mama who just doesn't want to cooperate, and no matter how many chances you give them, they just ain't trying to hear you for whatever the case may be. They're listening to reply more than listening to understand. Then you got to do what you got to do in your situation. But no, I definitely believe y'all should try to work something out if y'all can.
And it's always easier. I'd always rather do that than get the courts involved.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Brandon. When we compromise, someone has to submit. That's what I'm saying. It takes maturity for those two people to sit down and understand. I'm not gonna get everything I want, and she's not gonna get everything I want. But let's try to find a place in the middle to where we can both feel comfortable, because we're not gonna get what we want from each other. You're not gonna get all the money or the help you want, and I'm not gonna get whatever it is I'm looking for. I don't want. But that's where y'all got to be adults and come to some kind of agreement.
Kids ain't treat. Collaborate, don't compromise, right? What's fair to me would be if I got to pay child support, I should automatically get the same amount of time that a mother gets. Agreed. That's what we said earlier. But what do you do if you live in another state? Then what? How do you work that out?
It's rough.
How do you work that out? Quentin, you still stuck on 60%.
Hey, trust me, Q, I've been stuck on that for 5 years now, bro.
Listen, let me say, it's not automatically 60%. They take 60%, number one, because he has 3 kids.
Yeah.
That's why so much gets taken out of his. What they have to do, they only have to leave him 40% of his income because he has 3 kids. But I've seen situations where the baby's mama make more than the baby's daddy, and they told him, oh, he keeps him half the time, you got to pay her. I mean, she got to pay you. Or you pay less because she makes more money. So it's not just 60% around the board.
No, it's not. It's not. 60% is the maximum amount allotted. Like, it doesn't even have to be, even though I have 3 kids, it doesn't even have to be 60%. Yeah. That's just the amount that they can take per kid. They can go down there and drop it to where, I only pay maybe $40, $50 a month per kid. You know what I'm saying? But 60% is just the maximum amount because it's the most per this kid, and this kid. So all that comes together 6%.
That's not true, Amiri. They ain't always with the mother, because I'm telling you what, when my son's father took me down for custody years ago, I mean, I had been living in California. I moved back. He was working at a job he had been at probably for 10 years at the time or whatever. And he had just got married. He had a new house. Shoot, she said he live in a better home than the baby mama do. And I think he should have it. She didn't prove me to be unfit. So it depends on your situation, who you go down there, who you with. I learned that the hard way. The judge was like, nah, I'm not with that. But I don't know. Like, everybody has different situations. Cheaper to keep her. That's simple. Cheaper to keep her. That's simple. Something's up because I make more money. However, we have split custody and I pay the insurance. Got you.
So why can't the government
just make parents split all the kids down the middle, no matter what the parents?
I don't know how it is in other states, Q, but they just base everything off of your income, her income, and that's how they come up with the number. But I don't know why most governments or most states don't split it straight down the middle. We had Brandon on earlier who was talking about that. I don't even think they do it like that anymore.
No, it's a case, but it's state by state basis. So that's why you have to learn the laws in the state that you're living in. So.
But yeah, man, we appreciate all the feedback and conversation that we getting. What's up, Curtis? He just hopped on here. We appreciate it. So what we're trying to do for the people who just hopped on here is that we want to have an open discussion, an open dialogue about this. So men and women, we encourage everybody to come. We're trying to have this discussion at an open venue because we did a show tonight on He Said, She Said about this. And an hour show was just not long enough to have this type of conversation. And we got such great response from everybody that we want to actually have this in a live setting to where people can come in, voice their concerns, comments, thoughts on whatever it is concerning child support and maybe some other topics as well while we're in there. But yeah, so if y'all would be interested in coming to a live audience show of He Said, She Said at a live venue, please comment, let us know that you would be interested in going. We'll probably make a post about it here soon as well. I mean, we was just coming over here to talk about that, and it turned into an hour and a half conversation about child support. But
my birthday joke.
There you go, Q. You're welcome, Q.
Look, man, make sure you check us out. And if y'all have other topics as well, make sure we Facebook Live every Thursday at 4 p.m. It airs on the radio Monday mornings at 7 a.m. on, was it
3.9.
93.9. But every Thursday. And also, we notice at 4 o'clock is not necessarily always a good time. So comment below on times that you think would be better, that it's easier for you to actually be able to join our live conversations.
Yeah. And for everybody tuning in, I'm gonna go back and see if everybody's following the page. Everybody who's commenting today and watching today, I'm gonna see if y'all go back and follow the page. But yeah, like she said, we go Facebook Live every Thursday at 4 p.m. We pre-record the show. It'll air on the radio 7 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, Jarvis, gonna let them know.
Yeah, go on and say something, Jarvis, since you wasn't here for the meeting.
I know it. We actually had a meeting today about all of this, trying to get everything.
He was too busy
together.
trying to run to his car up.
But basically, we're trying to give Lexington a talk show, something that's not, that they don't have around here, really. I mean, the only thing you got is Breakfast Club, which is cool, or Steve Harvey Morning Show, which is cool. But how dope would it be for your community, your area, to have a dope radio show, sports show, or talk show that you can feel connected to? You know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to give something back. So we would appreciate it if y'all share, tell other people about us. We're trying to grow this into something special, not just for Lexington, but for this region as well, and have something that y'all can be proud of and stand behind, and have great conversations and topics like this. And hell, who knows, maybe get a law change or two in the process.
Come through, Q. Walker. That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
You know, I do what I can.
Hey, this is a very, 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 very sensitive subject for him.
It
so
is.
He meant that when he said that. And this is me, before we jump up off here. This is somebody that I've known him for about four years now.
Yeah.
And this is somebody that really does wholeheartedly love his kids and really wholeheartedly takes care of his kids. He don't bash the baby's mamas or nothing like that. They don't agree. They don't see eye to eye on the child support situation. But this is one of those situations where you actually feel bad, because you like, damn, you really love your kids. You really try to do everything that you can to take care of your kids, but you can't get ahead. How you gonna get ahead with everything you got is going to the baby mama, and you can't move forward? Because you can't get no lawyer because all your money going to child support. Yes, 60%. 60%.
So yeah, so I mean, and like I said earlier, my kids' moms are great moms. So it's like she said earlier, this is not a bashing baby mom session, because we want moms to have input as well. Tell us what you got going on, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you can help me think about something that I didn't think about. Like, damn, I didn't view it that way. I didn't think about it that way. So that's why we want to have an open dialogue. So Jarvis, go and put all the information down there for everybody to look at, and go follow the He Said, She Said page. Go join that, comment, let us know what you thought. And if, like she said, if you have topics that you want us to discuss, please, by all means, inbox us. And for the guys, do not inbox her trying to holler, because you are not going to succeed. She is married. It's a wrap, fam. Like, ain't nothing happening. So you can go and cancel that thinking this is your invite, your way to try to sneak in her inbox to holler. It ain't happening, fam. ain't none of that going zone. But yeah.
Baby Daddy Foundation. Hey, we working on it, right? We working on it. We working on it.
Hey, I like Charles. You jumped on here too late, man. I know you probably would have had a lot to say about this conversation, but
yeah.
Who said the Baby Daddy Foundation?
Rachel.
Hey,
what the hell?
You jumped on here late, Brenda.
You missed the show.
You missed
everything.
This
is the third time being on here today.
Rachel, we're gonna make you the president of the Baby Daddy Foundation. Start up a collection or something to help guys get attorneys or whatever.
What do you mean you should have been there? First of all, hold on before we hang up. I told you Tuesday morning the show was today. You said they didn't tell me. I said, well, I'm telling you now. Now what?
Now what? So we're telling you again, we're going to have a live audience discussion about this same topic again. We're just trying to find a venue to have it at. If you got a venue in mind, let us know. But anyways, yeah, so we're trying to have this conversation again. So you've been told again, Charles. Appreciate you, Rachel. But yeah, we appreciate everybody's feedback tonight, men and women.
Everyone was on here. Please share the page. Please like the page.
No, what, nigga. But yeah, please, everybody who is watching this and everybody who's commented, go share the He Said, She Said page. Get more people involved. What's the site? Jarvis, for Miss Jackson, go on, pop that into her, let her know where it's at. And Miss Jackson, when we give it to you, please share. Let others know about the page, because like I said, we're trying to, grow this into something very special.
He said, she said. Matter of fact, we're going to go live tomorrow. We got a photo shoot. I'm getting them behind the camera tomorrow.
Man, there you go.
That's what we do.
There you go. But we appreciate y'all. I'm getting up out of here. I'm ready to get some sleep because I gotta go work in the morning.
He got to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'm gonna miss it the next time. There, we gonna see. What she say?
Brandon agent, connect them to Michigan for sure.
Yeah,
we're gonna get together. We're gonna have to do a page for that. So
I know you got plenty to say, B. I know you do.
As I always say, live it like you love it or leave it alone.
Won't you treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama? We out of here.
Peace.